Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Specialist Sarah Herring. While the mission in Iraq and Afghanistan is winding down, soldiers continue to sharpen their combat skills. Army Sergeant Chris Garver shows how a group of soldiers react under stressful conditions.
7 days on a field training exercise. For the veteran soldiers assigned to the 498th Combat Service Support Battalion, it doesn't sound like much, but most in the group are new to the Army and have never seen combat.
We took 23 individuals and they became a cohesive team. And they were totally motivated. Everybody did their job, everybody communicated, they looked out for each other.
Team leaders got a chance to assess the more junior soldiers.
Get her on there straight.
The stress of this realistic combat scenarios brought the team closer together.
The majority of these soldiers are new to the Army. This is their first duty station. And so, I mean, before this exercise and all the training, at first I thought, they're just private and stuff, but they really came out really motivated.
The final day was the base defense live fire exercise.
Be aware of everything, be aware of your surroundings, stay alert, stay alive.
It was as close to real combat as many of these soldiers had seen.
It needs to be fast, so when it comes time to an actual event that may happen, they can react properly.
With the soldiers reacting under stress, they completed their mission, defending their base. Army Sergeant Chris Garver, Chipori Range, Korea.
The soldiers traveled in a convoy from Camp Carroll to Chipori Range. 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade hosted an organization day at Osan so the soldiers can relax and enjoy some friendly competition. Air Force Sergeant Michael Watkins reports.
Today we've organized and are running an event, what we call the 35th Brigade Organizational Day.
Guardian Battalion, the command fall out. Fall out around Sergeant Major Foley. Over here on your right. Fall out.
Coordinating these events and getting all the soldiers together in one place was no easy task.
To get what you see here today, it takes a large effort. About 2 months of planning went into this, even last-minute planning the day of this morning.
They even invited 3-time Super Bowl champion Ricky Ellison to come out and fill his stomach and enjoy the competition as well.
The fact is that these kids, it's not who the best talents. I mean, there's probably some great talent on both sides of it, but it's how they play with each other and how they're going to figure that out in a variety of sports today and to see who comes out on top.
The soldiers competed in over 15 different events throughout the day, from combatives to basketball and even soccer.
It's cool that we can relax and have fun on the off time, as well as work with each other as well as we do at work.
The day was put together for everyone to enjoy, even the people who set it up.
I plan on participating in some softball, having some fun in the senior tournament.
Air Force Staff Sergeant Michael Watkins, Osan Air Base, Korea.
2-1 Air Missile Defense Battalion took home the Best Battalion Trophy. The 7 Army values are important in the lives of soldiers. Katusa Private Yon Sok Do reports on how soldiers at Camp Casey recognize these values during a special program.
2nd Infantry Division soldiers celebrated Living Army Values Week at Camp Casey. More than 500 soldiers packed into the base's Cary Fitness Center for a brief from a few guest speakers.
Well, it's important because our mission is critical. We're dealing with lives here. We're dealing with a mission that has the potential for us to take lives. And so it's important for us to accomplish our mission in a manner that is consistent with our values.
The program was designed to help soldiers understand how to live the values and how living those values can have a huge impact.
Going back, visiting them, and trying to instill in the soldiers and families the importance of the Army values.
2ID's Commanding General, Major General Edward Cardone, was also on the scene for an award ceremony.
I believe that soldiers should be empowered better to be able to live the values.
This year's Living Army Values Week for the 2nd Infantry Division was a great time for soldiers to enhance moral and spiritual fitness. Katusa Private First Class Young Sok Do, Camp Casey, Korea.
The theme for this year's Living Army Values Week was On My Honor. Soldiers receive praise for fighting battles, but civilian service members are the unsung heroes of war. Army Sergeant Moses Ward joins 1 battalion to celebrate civilian service to the military.
Please rise for the national anthems of the Republic of Korea and the United States of America.
The Korean Service Corps held a ceremony at their battalion headquarters to honor the civilian veterans of the Korean War. veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice to support the United States during the war.
KSCs, even though they are civilians, they view themselves as soldiers. And in many ways, we want to treat them with the same respect, especially those who have gone and fought and died during the Korean War.
Surviving veterans of the Korean War also attended to pay their respects to their fallen comrades.
It was winter of 1951. Almost all of us had cold injuries. Some died from the cold. I can still see their faces like it was yesterday. I am honored to be here, and it is a great opportunity for me to meet the serving KSC members. It is a pleasure to be here today.
Service members of the past and present laid flowers on the Monument of Unsung Heroes to commemorate the KSC veterans. Gone, but not forgotten. Army Sergeant Moses Ward, Camp Kim, Korea.
Over 2,000 Korean Service Corps members died in the Korean War, and over 2,400 are missing in action. Statues are tangible ways for people to remember events and heroes. Army Sergeant Jessica Cook takes us to Yonsan for a statue dedication ceremony.
Distinguished guests and service members from around the peninsula came together for the unveiling of a statue dedicated to those killed in the line of duty following the armistice in Korea. Although the statue stands for the past, it also symbolizes the future.
This monument not only pays tribute to those fallen heroes of the past, but also reflects our continued commitment to the ROK U.S. Alliance, to our motto, Kachi Kapshida, we go together.
The highlight of the ceremony was the unveiling of the monument.
Now, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a round of applause.
Together they fought, together they died, and together they will all be remembered, unless we ever forget their sacrifices. So I ask us all to remember the importance of these fine men that have given their lives.
Sergeant Jessica Cook, Yongsan, Korea.
The Armistice Agreement was signed in 1953 and was the longest negotiated armistice in history. And finally tonight, 237 years ago, our nation's leaders established the Continental Army. Army Sergeant Jacob Connor joins 8th Army as they host this year's birthday ball.
Every year on June 14th, we celebrate the continued honor, loyalty, and bravery of soldiers. Soldiers in Korea kicked off this year's birthday celebration with a time-honored tradition.
Those battle streamers are not put on the Army colors by things. It's by men and women of courage who are willing to get out there and do what the country needs them to do. Thank them and their families and the children.
Cutting of the cake is another tradition of any birthday celebration. At this year's birthday, General Johnson and Command Sergeant Major Harris were joined by the youngest officer and soldier to take part in the cutting of the cake. This tradition is to show not only where the Army has been, but where the Army is going.
The Army's birthday to me is showing how strong we've been over the years. Today, we're still the strongest force in the world, and we've shown that through 237 years.
The guest speaker, retired Chief of Staff General Gordon Sullivan, was proud to share this birthday with the soldiers.
50 years ago, I served here, and I am very proud to say that I am one of hundreds of thousands of American soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who served at one point in their life here on the Korean Peninsula.
This 237th birthday commemorates America's soldiers, their families, who are achieving a level of excellence that is truly Army strong. Army Sergeant Jacob Connor, Seoul, Korea.
In 1775, the Continental Congress passed a bill that established the Continental Army. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, June 14th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.